In this movie, I want to tell something about the most precious process I have ever done in my life, and that I have already done 15 times now, and that is the Osho Mystic Rose. It's a process of 21 consecutive days developed by the Eastern mystic Osho. Osho was enlightened, and this was one of the last meditative therapies he has developed. And the process consists of 1 week, 3 hours per day laughing, followed by 1 week, 3 hours per day crying, and finally 1 week, 3 hours per day watching with closed eyes while we are sitting, what is happening inside of us. I say us because this is also an invitation for the Osho Mystic Rose. And it's a process totally without words, and which connects us really with our pure being, with our heart and our being, and also with everything around us. Because often we cannot connect with ourselves and with the people and the nature around us, because many layers prevent this. And these are the layers of laughter and joy, which has not been lived, and of tears and sadness, which could not be expressed. Because on both joy and sadness, there are many taboos. When we were a child and we were really happy and joyous, and we felt that when we would express this, the adults which were taking care of our upbringing would not appreciate it deep down in many cases, because they were not happy themselves inside. And as a child, you felt then that when you would express it, it would be too confronting for them. And as a child, you are dependent on them. So you take care unconsciously to little bit dim your happiness and joy. And also sadness is often, it's not possible to express that, because when you are crying, people are confronted with their own pain, and unconsciously they want to stop your crying by trying to console you, putting an arm around you. Mostly the hidden message is, please stop crying. And so it's so valuable to be in a safe environment with other people who are doing the same, and to really layer by layer open all those repressions. And what happens then is, in the silent week, of course you cannot sit 3 hours, only sit silently, because that's too much for the body. We alternate that with a soft dance. But what I noticed was that in the last week already, those layers had disappeared also from before my eyes. I could see nature in such a bright way. The colors were so beautiful, and I saw things which I never saw before, small details which I had overlooked, and I felt a connection with people, but most of all with myself, with my being. And the connection with the other people in the Mystic Rose is really from heart to heart, because you only connect energy-wise. I did a training to facilitate this process in Pune in India. And the training mainly consisted of not interfering, so creating the space. And I am also not someone who is looking exactly what other people are doing, because I am participating also myself. So if you want to know when I organize the Osho Mystic Rose and where it will be, at least in 2022 in the Netherlands, you can subscribe for my newsletter and you will see how to do it on my website, www.enjoyingmeditation.com or www.genietenvanmeditatie.nl. And there is in the right corner, upper corner, you see an English flag. And then if you click on that, you see the English version of the website. So if you are interested, you can always connect with me because I can tell so much more about this process. And I will also make a podcast episode about this process. And you will find it soon if you listen in April 2022. Or maybe if you listen, the episode will already be available. And my podcast is called From Pain to Being. And you can listen it via Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Stitcher, and Podbean. You are most welcome.